Good morning, family. In today's devotion, let's talk about today's thought. Choose what is better.
Welcome to today's morning devotion with Pastor Conrad. Be inspired today.
Today's thought comes from Luke chapter 10, verse 38 to 42, which says, As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. A story is told that in 1832, French engineer Ferdinand Marie Lesseps was traveling in the Mediterranean when one of the passengers became sick and the ship was quarantined. Lesseps was an active man, so the confinement was terribly frustrating for him. The many long hours aboard that isolated vessel, however, gave him time to read the memoirs of Charles de Pere, a man who had studied the feasibility of building a canal from the Red Sea to the Mediterranean. That volume prompted Lesseps to devise in his own mind a detailed plan for the construction of the Suez Canal. When it was finally built under his leadership some 30 years later, it brought invaluable service to the world. That quarantine had proven to be immensely profitable. Now, this is such a fascinating story to me because it speaks of what can be born within us when we slow down and we have quiet time in this hurriedly busy world. If you don't know anything about the Suez Canal and its importance to the world, the Suez Canal connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea, making it the shortest maritime route to Asia from Europe. And since its completion in 1869, it has become one of the world's most heavily used shipping lanes. Everything in our world today comes through a very few number of shipping lanes. Our food, home appliances, vehicles, building materials, etc. So our very lives and its progress depends on being able to get goods and services quickly. I imagine that it took a quarantine to slow Lesseps down long enough for God to download wisdom into him so that he could use that wisdom to improve the world's trade by 100-fold. In the text, Jesus sees Martha working diligently and he appreciates her efforts. However, when she gets upset with Mary for not functioning the way that she functions in the moment, Jesus has to show her the bigger picture. He says, Martha, Mary has chosen the better part of this equation. She has chosen to slow down and to absorb wisdom. Busyness does not mean effectiveness, so learn to slow down and to rest and receive wisdom from God. It will change your life. Come on, pray with me. Father, I thank you today for understanding that busyness does not always mean effectiveness. Help me to learn to rest and receive in your presence the blessing of your wisdom so that I may conduct life's affairs with prudence and diligence. Amen. Hey, I've got a new video series out called The 5 Foolish Mistakes That Keep Christian Believers Stuck, Unhappy, and Broke, even though they believe God's promises belong to them. You can access it for free over at kingsedition.com. Remember to make time in your busy life to become a part of a good weekly Bible study group so you can connect with others, build your faith, and learn and grow together as a family. Because the truth of life is you can't succeed alone. If you enjoyed this, share it with your family, share it with your friends, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and page. Blessings.
Thank you for joining us. Visit kingsedition.com for more inspirational resources for your journey today.